Rain batters a dilapidated cabin in the Appalachian Mountains. Inside, Dr. Elijah Reed is consumed by maps, sketches, and the glow of recording equipment. His gaunt face and haunted eyes reflect the terror he sees on a flickering monitor. The screen shows distorted images of something lurking in the woods. Elijah points to the cryptic map, its red circles hinting at hidden anomalies. A monitor flickers with a grim announcement. Dr. Reed's research is shut down. Geomagnetic fluctuations unlike anything recorded are centered around Blackwood Hollow. Elijah's voice echoes, laden with urgency. He warns of ancient legends. Local legends speak of the Wendigo, but this is something older. He reveals the chilling truth. Something feeding on the land itself. Elijah solemnly names the entity. We call it the Hollow Bloom. Elijah disappears into the dense woods, his equipment ready to capture the unknown. He moves deeper, tracking the source of strange, inexplicable readings. The unsettling quiet of the woods draws Elijah further into its depths. Elijah pauses, the air thick with anticipation as the readings spike. He pushes forward, driven by the escalating intensity of the signals. The woods shift, revealing formations of twisted branches, like skeletal flowers. He approaches cautiously, his senses heightened by the bizarre scene. Elijah circles the strange formations, his mind racing to understand their origin. He reaches out, a hesitant touch, as he examines the twisted wood. The branches seem to pulse with a strange, unseen energy beneath his fingertips. He recoils slightly, disturbed by the unnatural sensation. Elijah studies the formations from a distance, his mind struggling to reconcile what he sees. The skeletal flowers stand silently, their twisted forms a stark contrast to the natural woods. Elijah records his observations, his voice low, filled with a mix of fascination and apprehension. He steps back, the woods closing in around him, a silent witness to the unnatural. Elijah turns to leave, the image of the twisted branches burned into his memory. The woods remain silent, the skeletal flowers standing guard over their secrets. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy as Elijah wanders into the silent, watchful woods. Elijah stops abruptly, his eyes darting around with a growing sense of unease. His breath mists in the cool air as he mutters a chilling observation. A macabre discovery. Animal carcasses lie scattered, untouched by scavengers. Horror dawns as Elijah uncovers the ghastly truth. The animals are hollowed, replaced with a fibrous black substance. Understanding and terror mix on Elijah's face as he recoils from the sight. Elijah grabs his worn journal, his mind racing to record the unthinkable. His agitation mounts as he furiously scribbles notes, documenting the encroaching horror. It's manifesting physically, not as a creature, but as an alteration to reality itself. In the dim light of a flickering oil lamp, Elijah sits hunched at a worn desk, the shadows dancing around him. Elijah's voice, a mere whisper, fills the cabin, sharing secrets with the night as the wind howls. Local folklore speaks of creatures like the Rougarou and Aswang, but I believe they aren't predators, not in the traditional sense. They're reflections of our collective anxieties, amplified by geomagnetic tears in the earth. The equipment malfunctions, lights flicker and dials spin, mirroring the chaos in Elijah's mind. Whispering, Elijah admits. Starting to hear things, whispers in the wind, distorted animal calls. It's getting stronger. Elijah emerges into a clearing, his breath ragged and his eyes wide with mounting horror. A colossal, pulsating root system dominates the clearing, its presence both terrifying and mesmerizing. Elijah halts, his heart pounding as he comprehends the truth. This is the epicenter. A fleeting glimpse of the Athelworm, a serpentine entity, woven from roots and glowing fungi, teases the edge of reality. The Athelworm exists as a distortion in space, its presence unsettling and otherworldly. Elijah whispers, his voice lost in the wood's symphony, unveiling the grim nature of the Athelworm. The Athelworm is an ancient earth spirit, corrupted by the bleed-through. It doesn't hunt, it rewrites. Unseen forces begin to twist the familiar landscape, altering reality itself. Trees subtly shift. Landmarks dissolve, as the very ground beneath their feet betrays them. Elijah's compass spins wildly, a desperate plea for direction in a world turned upside down. The air crackles with unseen energy, a palpable tension that sends shivers down the spine. In the dim cabin, Elijah sits alone, the flickering candlelight painting his face with shadows. Elijah's voice echoes in the silence. The bloom isn't just altering the landscape, it's altering my perception of it. His voice deepens, filled with dread. It's unmaking reality. Elijah steps into his cabin, an unsettling stillness hanging in the air. A subtle shift in the cabin's arrangement stirs unease within him. Familiar objects have been replaced by strange, unsettling replicas, heightening the sense of dread. He catches his reflection in the mirror, a fleeting glimpse of something unnatural lurking beneath his skin. Root-like structures twist and writhe beneath his skin. Elijah lies in the dim light, his body convulsing with unseen horrors. Nightmarish visions grip him, showing a glimpse of being devoured by the monstrous Athelworm. He awakens with a start, his breath ragged as he fights to regain control. Driven by fear, he snatches his journal, desperate to record his fractured thoughts. His pen races across the pages, filling them with frantic scribbles and disturbing images. Each entry spirals further into paranoia, a descent into madness captured in ink. Within the dimly lit cabin, shadows dance around Elijah as he sits at the wooden table, lost in thought. He begins to speak, his voice a low murmur in the quiet room. "It's inside me now," Elijah whispers, his voice echoing in the stillness. "Not as a parasite, but as an integration," he continues, his tone shifting with conviction. "The bloom is reshaping my biology, turning me into a conduit for its power," Elijah reveals, a hint of awe in his voice. "I can feel the earth breathing through my veins," Elijah concludes, his expression both serene and unsettling. Elijah stares at the rations, now consumed by bizarre fungal growths. He grabs a piece of firewood, fury building. He smashes the fungi, splattering spores across the table. Horror grips Elijah as the growths regenerate instantly. Tendrils reach out, grasping like fingers. A creeping unease washes over Elijah as he senses changes within his body. His skin loses its color, becoming translucent. A faint, unnatural green glow emanates from his eyes. Elijah steps back into the familiar clearing, now irrevocably altered. The Athelworm's dark influence has fully engulfed Elijah, changing him forever. The threat has vanished, replaced by a twisted sense of evolution. He gazes out at the clearing, seeing not danger, but a path to something greater. Under the cloak of night, Elijah stands resolute before the pulsating root system. He offers himself, allowing the tendrils to crawl over his skin. The roots dig in, a grotesque tapestry weaving into his very being. His muffled screams are swallowed by the encroaching fungal embrace. The clearing transforms into a nightmarish garden, where nature's beauty warps into grotesque horror. Elijah, unrecognizable, stands as a grotesque extension of the Athelworm, a living node in its network. His voice, distorted and echoing, breaks the silence. "I understand now. This isn't destruction. It's renewal." His words resonate with chilling conviction. We are all part of the bloom. The search party arrives at the edge of Blackwood Hollow, the air thick with foreboding. Elijah's cabin stands abandoned, a silent testament to his disappearance. The clearing is eerily empty, devoid of any sign of Elijah. An unsettlingly beautiful garden reveals itself, a hidden world of strange plants and fungi. The search party cautiously enters the garden, their expressions a mix of curiosity and unease. One member kneels to examine a peculiar plant, its petals shimmering with an unnatural glow. Another touches a strange fungus, its texture alien and cold beneath their fingertips. The garden seems to pulse with an unseen energy, the air heavy with an intoxicating scent. The search party exchanges wary glances, sensing something unnatural at play. A sudden rustling in the undergrowth sends a shiver of fear through the group. They turn, weapons raised, but find only the wind whispering through the trees. The unsettling beauty of the garden belies a darker truth, a mystery that deepens with each passing moment. A searcher reaches out, a touch turning to terror as a flower emits a ghostly green pulse. The forest unveils its macabre secret. Trees morph into skeletal blossoms, an eerie echo of the bloom's sinister genesis. The searcher looks around, lost and confused. Distorted whispers echo through the clearing. The whispers grow louder, filling the searcher with unease. "What is this place?" The whispers intensify, overwhelming the searcher. The sound of distorted whispers fills the air as reality fades away.